Alfred Adler's Safeguarding Tendencies: How We Protect Our Self-Esteem from Threat. Human beings naturally want to feel capable, valued, and respected. According to Alfred Adler, the founder of individual psychology, every person strives to overcome feelings of inferiority and move toward a sense of significance. However, life is full of challenges, failures, and criticism. When our self-image feels threatened, we often develop protective behaviors to defend our sense of worth. Adler called these protective strategies safeguarding tendencies. Safeguarding tendencies are psychological defenses that people use to protect their fragile self-esteem. They are not always conscious. In fact, most people are unaware that they are using them. These tendencies are created by the individual's creative self as a way to avoid feelings of failure, rejection, or humiliation. While they may provide temporary emotional relief, they often prevent real growth in healthy relationships. Adler believed that everyone experiences feelings of inferiority at some point in life. These feelings are normal and even necessary for development. They motivate us to improve and strive for success. However, when a person feels overwhelmed by these feelings, they may begin to fear failure intensely. Instead of facing challenges directly, they may protect themselves by creating excuses or avoiding responsibility. This is where safeguarding tendencies appear. One common type of safeguarding tendency is making excuses. For example, a student who fears failing an examination may say, "I did not study because I was tired," or "the teacher does not like me." These explanations protect the student's self-image. If the student fails, the failure can be blamed on external factors rather than personal ability. In this way, self-esteem remains untouched, at least temporarily. Another safeguarding strategy is aggression, which does not always mean physical violence. Adler described several forms of psychological aggression. One form is devaluation, where a person criticizes or belittles others to feel superior. If someone feels insecure about their own abilities, they might point out flaws in others to reduce the threat to their ego. By lowering others, they attempt to raise themselves. Accusation is another aggressive safeguard. A person might blame others for their own mistakes. For instance, an employee who misses a deadline may accuse coworkers of not providing enough support. This shifts responsibility away from the individual and protects their self-image. There is also self-accusation, where a person criticizes themselves excessively in order to gain sympathy or avoid harsher criticism from others. By admitting weakness first, they attempt to control the situation. Perhaps the most powerful safeguarding tendency is withdrawal. Withdrawal involves avoiding situations where failure might occur. This can take many forms. Some people procrastinate. They delay starting important tasks so that if they perform poorly, they can blame the lack of preparation. Others create physical complaints such as headaches or fatigue to escape difficult responsibilities. In extreme cases, individuals may withdraw socially, avoiding relationships to protect themselves from rejection. Adler also discussed what he called moving backward. This occurs when a person returns to behaviors from an earlier stage of development when facing stress. For example, an adult might behave helplessly in order to gain attention or avoid responsibility. This regression acts as a protective shield against perceived threats. Safeguarding tendencies are closely connected to a person's style of life. If someone has developed a lifestyle based on the belief that they must always be perfect to be valued, they may rely heavily on safeguards when perfection seems impossible. Instead of risking failure, they might avoid competition or criticize the standards themselves. These strategies maintain the illusion of superiority but block genuine progress. It is important to understand that safeguarding tendencies are not signs of evil or intentional manipulation. They are often signs of deep discouragement. When individuals feel incapable of meeting life's challenges, they protect themselves in the only way they know. The problem is that these defenses create distance from others and prevent learning. Growth requires courage to face mistakes honestly. Adler believed that encouragement is the key to reducing safeguarding behaviors. When people feel supported and valued, they are less afraid of failure. They become more willing to take responsibility and try again. Encouragement strengthens social interest, which is the sense of belonging and cooperation with others. As social interest grows, the need for defensive behavior decreases. In daily life, we can observe safeguarding tendencies in many common situations. A person who constantly says, "I could succeed if I really tried," may be protecting themselves from the risk of trying and failing. Someone who frequently criticizes others may be hiding feelings of insecurity. Even excessive perfectionism can serve as a safeguard, because it creates an excuse: if it is not perfect, it is not worth submitting. The difficulty with safeguarding tendencies is that they offer short-term comfort but long-term limitation. They keep people stuck in patterns that prevent achievement and healthy relationships. True confidence does not come from avoiding risk. It comes from facing challenges and learning from mistakes. Adler's theory teaches that awareness is the first step toward change. When we recognize our own protective patterns, we gain the power to choose differently. Instead of making excuses, we can accept responsibility. Instead of blaming others, we can examine our role. Instead of withdrawing, we can take small steps forward despite fear. In simple terms, safeguarding tendencies are the psychological shields we build to protect our ego. They develop when we feel discouraged or threatened. While they may reduce anxiety temporarily, they prevent us from reaching our full potential. By cultivating courage, responsibility, and connection with others, we can move beyond these defenses. Alfred Adler's message is hopeful. He believed that human beings are capable of growth when given encouragement and understanding. We do not have to remain trapped in defensive patterns. With awareness and courage, we can replace safeguarding tendencies with confidence and cooperation. If you found this explanation clear and helpful, please like this video, share it with others who are interested in psychology, and subscribe to the channel for more thoughtful and easy-to-understand discussions on great psychological ideas and thinkers.